Hello, everyone, and welcome to Bob Stein Stadium at Cottrell Park in Dahlonega. I'm Mark Cochran, your voice of Nighthawks baseball, and you're watching the Nighthawks pregame show here on the Nighthawks Sports Network. Today, the 11-6, number 30 ranked Nighthawks, managed by Tom Cantrell, are taking on the 7-11 Georgia Southwestern Hurricanes in the final game of this in-state Peach Belt Conference Series. This is the rubber match between the two teams. Georgia Southwestern managed to pull out an 8-7 victory in Game 1, and then North Georgia was really able to finally take it to the Hurricanes yesterday afternoon with a big 11-1 victory. Their first win in a couple of weeks, which is a really big win for them as they've lost a few heartbreakingly close games over the past couple of weeks, and especially the last two weekends. North Georgia started off first. That was one of the big differences. They were able to get the offense going early. Bottom of the third inning, really rolled through, scored 6 runs, started off with a solo home run from center fielder Cruz Taylor, his 8th of the season. He is now second in the Peach Belt Conference in home runs. Only person that he is behind is Ethan Baucom of UNC Pembroke, who hit 2 home runs as a part of their doubleheader yesterday, but Cruz Taylor right on the brink of being the home run leader. So he started things off with that. They were able to get runs scored by Bill Leroy, Brady Eels, Jake Arnold, Will Hardigree, and Jake Howard. RBIs by Howard, Levensteins, Arnold as well, and also William Mapes with a 2 RBI double. They were able to add one more run in the 4th thanks to a sac fly by Nick Levensteins. And then in the 5th, they piled it on again. 4 more runs thanks to 2 two-run home runs in the 5th inning. A 2-run home run by Bill Leroy, his second of the season, and then a 2-run home run by Jake Howard, his first of the season. That was all they would end up needing, as Stephen Bauer was fantastic, went 6 innings, gave up just 6 hits, no runs, walked 2, and struck out 7 in a great appearance by him. And then Jay Pinley came in for 3 innings of relief to get the save, only allowing 1 run on 2 hits with no walks and no strikeouts. So definitely a very impressive performance by North Georgia yesterday. We'll see if their bats are able to come alive the same today. Overall, the two teams, North Georgia still is massively ahead in the all-time series between the two teams, 43 wins and 14 losses. And that is their first win against Georgia Southwestern since early in the year last year, as Georgia Southwestern had beat them in the Peach Belt Conference tournament last year, and then, of course, won in Game 1 on Friday. But this is the rubber match between the two. We'll see what they're able to do, see if North Georgia can keep that spark alive from yesterday afternoon's game. Earlier today, though, I had a chance to talk to Nighthawks pitcher Stephen Bauer about his win yesterday, his goals for the season, and his favorite parts of this UNG team. You can, of course, check out this interview on my Twitter account at MarkyMarkBrand. So we're going to go take a listen to that. And then when we get back, we will go over the pitching matchups and starting lineups. You're watching the Nighthawks pregame show. Georgia pitcher Stephen Bauer. And Stephen had a pretty good start yesterday. You were able to finally get North Georgia back on the winning track after a couple of slides there. What was working for you?
It was mainly the fastball, just working off that, just able to locate it, and they were just swinging, just get some weak contact, and just let the fielders play.
Anything specifically you were working on from your last start to this one?
Not really, just trying to keep it in the zone, keep walks down, and just let them hit it.
What was the atmosphere like just in the dugout just around yesterday's game, especially after just a couple of tough ones there?
It was still good. Energy was still good. We were excited and ready to play.
And then, all right, just a few things. What is your favorite part about playing for UNG?
Just the atmosphere and being around the guys, being around the coaches. They just love the game. It makes the game fun.
And what's your favorite baseball memory that you've gotten to do personally?
Probably my no-hitter a few years ago, definitely.
And then what's your favorite part of the game?
Just the competition. Just can't go wrong with it.
And then, all right, out of these two, do you think it's better to strike out a batter looking or swinging?
Looking.
Looking?
Yeah, because then you just know you cross them up and it's just a better feeling.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Steven. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Georgia pitchers.
I think scholarships impact the legacy that is UNG. When I got the acceptance letter back and it said you're good to come to University of North Georgia, I was happy as can be.
I started playing soccer when I was 3. My parents just threw me into it, and I fell in love with it. My senior year of high school, I got hurt, so I didn't have very many offers, but Chris, the coach up here, reached out and he's like, hey, come on up for a visit, and so coming here, it's been incredible.
I came to UNG mainly because of basketball. I thought that the atmosphere would help me excel as a player. My teammates are like my best friends.
Me and my family, we went across and toured all these different schools, and I just remember coming here and everybody here was just so friendly, and it was just a really inviting atmosphere.
It's been really good. It's taught me a lot, and every year I've had a different role in the team, and I've learned a lot about myself in those roles.
It's been a great time. Met a lot of amazing people. Competitively, I've been shooting since high school. It's Olympic-style target shooting. Most people think you're shooting big guns, firing away, having fun. With us, it's more of a precision. It's an art.
My major is pre-med biology. I want to be an orthopedic surgeon. Some of the injuries that I've seen firsthand help me prepare to actually help people fix those broken bones.
I'm a chemistry major with a business minor and a leadership certificate. My mentor that I was reaching out to is Colonel Palmer. He always talks about the spirit of UNG and integrity and how to really live that out in everything that you do.
I'm a mathematics major. When I got to Calculus 2, I was like, this is a little challenging, but this is actually a lot of fun.
I want to go to grad school and get a master's in sports management and sports administration and be a grad assistant in an athletic department. From there, actually getting a job.
I think I want to join the Department of Defense and be a chemist for them, but I know at some point I want to go back and get involved in public health.
Scholarships create more opportunities for people. You're not just representing yourself, you're representing those organizations that are sponsoring you.
You talk to all the athletes, the majority of them are on scholarship. It goes a long way for us because, like I said, it helps you focus just on school, and you can really just be the best version of yourself.
I'm UNG Dahloneg's representative on the Student Advisory Council. The scholarships that I've received have allowed me to do the leadership positions. I never had to take on a full-time job, so that really allowed me to choose the major of my dreams. Without those scholarships, I definitely couldn't have studied as much to have as good of grades and wouldn't have been able to take on as many leadership responsibilities as I had wanted to. I definitely think it's revolutionized my time here.
The scholarships definitely allow me to focus more on school. I don't believe that I would be able to afford college if I didn't have these scholarships.
It would be a lot harder. You have to take out more student loans and you're further in debt. And since I want to go to grad school, that would put me even further behind. So it helps me set up for the future a lot better.
No matter what, even $1 from somebody, go and donate. That creates more scholarships.
I want to just say thank you. They've impacted my time here beyond anybody.
I'd really just like to thank them for this opportunity. I know there are many students like me who wouldn't be able to afford school without their aid. I definitely think that the scholarships have allowed me to just grow as a person because there are some things you can't do by yourself, and so with that help, I think it's really gotten me where I am today.
And welcome back to the Nighthawks pregame show. Time to go through the starting lineups for Georgia Southwestern and the University of North Georgia. Starting lineups are presented by Dahlonega Golden Pond, located just off the historic Dahlonega Square. Starting lineup for the visiting Hurricanes, same as we've seen the first two games. Batting first, playing shortstop, Matthew Mamatas. Batting second, playing third base, Tyler Skelton. Batting third, doing the DHing is Jonathan Martin. Batting fourth, playing first base, Anthony Angelino. Batting fifth, playing left field, Miguel Urbina. Batting sixth, playing right field, Hunter Foster. Batting seventh, doing the catching, Jacob Harrell. Batting eighth, playing second base, Devin Shea. Batting ninth, playing center field, Gunnar George. Starting lineups for North Georgia. Batting first, playing center field, Cruz Taylor. Batting second, playing right field, Tim Conway. Batting third, doing the catching, Bill Leroy. Batting fourth, playing left field, Brady Eels. Batting fifth, playing first base, Jake Arnold. Batting sixth, doing the DHing, Nick Levensteins. Batting seventh, playing third base, Will Hardigree. Batting eighth, playing second, Jake Howard. And batting ninth, playing shortstop, William Mapes. The pitching matchup starting for North Georgia will be Parker Morrison, redshirt junior right-hander out of Cumming. He's pitched in 5 games so far, all starts, 2-1 record, a 7.78 ERA. In 19 2/3 innings, he's allowed 17 runs, all earned, 12 walks and 21 strikeouts. He had a really rough start last week. It was last Sunday against Georgia College, and it was a rough one. He went just 3 innings, gave up 7 earned runs on 7 hits, including 3 home runs with 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. So he's looking to forget that one as he gets the chance here this afternoon against the Hurricanes. For the Hurricanes, it'll be redshirt senior Tucker Smith, right-hander out of Fort Walton Beach, Florida. He's pitched in 5 games, all starts so far, 2-2 record, a 2.20 ERA. His last start was February 28th against USC Aiken, and he went 7 innings, gave up just 1 unearned run on 7 hits with 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, and he got the win in a 2-1 Hurricanes victory. So that'll do it for the Nighthawks pregame show. Take a quick break for the anthem. When we come back, we will have the first pitch between University of North Georgia and Georgia Southwestern.
Goodbye, LA, until another time. When can we call it love? Think we've crossed the line.
Shop, play, and stay in Dahlonega, the heart of the North Georgia mountains.
You are your home runs. You are your near misses. You are your years to remember and your years you'd rather forget. You are what you build and who you build it for. And you are what you leave behind. BB&T. All we see is you.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Bob Stein Stadium at Cottrell Park for the rubber match between Georgia Southwestern and your University of North Georgia Nighthawks. This is Mark Cochran, your voice of Nighthawks baseball, and we're ready for a good matchup on this wonderful sunny afternoon in Dahlonega. Weather is perfect for baseball today. We had great weather for baseball yesterday, and it might be even better today. A nice 53 degrees, sunny, partly cloudy, and just a little bit of wind, about 8 miles an hour. Wind actually going left to right today. Normally when we see it here, it goes right to left, so we'll see if that ends up being a factor. But a beautiful day for baseball. Got a nice crowd on hand, and we're ready to get this ball game started. Defensive lineups for North Georgia. We have Will Hardigree at third, William Mapes at short, Jake Howard at second, and Jake Arnold at first. In the outfield, we have Brady Eels in left, Cruz Taylor in center, and Tim Conway in right. Behind the dish is Bill Leroy, and on the mound is Parker Morrison. Really trying to sponge the taste out of his start last Sunday, trying to get rid of that, turn a new page, and really take it to these Hurricanes and give North Georgia the series win. This game does have pretty high implications in the Peach Belt Conference as both teams trying to climb their way up the ladder. Right now, North Georgia sits at 5th in the league with an 8-6 record. Just below Lander, UNC Pembroke, Georgia College, and then Columbus State is on top with a 10-1 record. Georgia Southwestern, a couple spots further down at 7th at 5-6 in the Peach Belt Conference. So, of course, today's a win for either side will really help them start moving up. Ready to get this underway. First 3 batters for the Hurricanes, Matthew Mamatas, Tyler Skelton, and Jonathan Martin. First batter stepping in, Matthew Mamatas. Mamatas steps in the right-handed box. Morrison comes set. Gets the sign from Leroy, and we are underway. Called strike, fastball outside corner. Good start there for Morrison. 1-0-1 the first pitch. Mamatas yesterday had a hit. He was 1 for 4. Also reached on a fielder's choice. This pitch misses low. 1-1. Mamatas looking to start things off for the Hurricanes. 1-1 delivery. Breaking ball roped into right field for a base hit. Good start for the Hurricanes. Leadoff single. Breaking ball hung right over the plate. Didn't quite go down where Morrison was aiming. A good job by Mamatas to take advantage. Runner on first base with no one out here in the top of the first inning. Next batter stepping in, Tyler Skelton, the third baseman. Also steps in the right-handed box. Morrison now working with a runner on first base. Moves to the stretch. First pitch outside. 1-0. Skelton yesterday had a good day. 2 for 3. A single, a double. Scored a run. Also drew a walk and struck out. A good day for him at the plate. Scored the only run for the Hurricanes in yesterday's game. This pitch missed just a tad high. 2 balls and no strikes. Game 1 for the Hurricanes. Skelton had a hit. He was 1 for 6. 2 RBI single and a run scored. 2-0, fouled straight back to the screen. 2-1 now the count. Skelton for the season has played in 17 games, batting just 183. 11 hits, 8 runs. A couple of doubles and a couple of runs driven in. He struck out 21 times, which is tied for tops on the team. Time now called. 2-1 count on Skelton. The third baseman digs back into the batter's box. Here we go. Too far inside, almost hit him. And now he has a 3-1 advantage over Morrison. Infield. Playing traditional double play setup. Outfield mostly straight up. Popped up and out of play right side. Works the count full. Good job of Morrison getting back in this at-bat. North Georgia wearing their home whites with white pants and black caps. Georgia Southwestern navy blue caps and navy blue uniforms with yellow names and numbers. Payoff pitch, fouled away. Skelton stays alive. Entire infield for North Georgia sports high socks. The outfield has long pants. It's a nice little aesthetic, just look-wise. Swing and a miss, strike 3, foul tip into the catcher's mitt. And that will retire Skelton. First out recorded for North Georgia. First strikeout of the game for Parker Morrison. Runner on first base, 1 out. And up comes the lefty designated hitter, Jonathan Martin. Martin yesterday was 0 for 4. A couple of ground outs, a strikeout, and a flyout. Good breaking ball on the outside corner for a called strike 1. Morrison put that exactly where he wanted it. In game 1, Martin was 0 for 2. He walked twice, one of those intentional, and scored a run. 0-1 from Morrison. Big swing and a miss. Got him to chase outside. No chance at connecting. It's 0-2. Martin batting just 182 on the year. 9 games. He's down 0-2 here. Too high. Leroy tries a back pick down to first, but it's off target. Picked nicely by Arnold. So safely in is Mamatas. Mamatas does not have a stolen base yet. He has attempted one time and was thrown out. Here comes the 1-2. Outside, trying to get him to chase, but not biting was Martin. Evens it up at 2. Martin, senior, out of Irwinville, Georgia. 2-2. Cannot make contact with that one. And there is strikeout number 2 for Morrison. Good off-speed pitch there from the right-hander. 2 gone. Runner on first, and that will bring up Anthony Angelino, the first baseman. Morrison looking for a painless first inning. First pitch, good breaking ball, froze Angelino. Unfortunately, the pitch was out of the strike zone, but a fantastic pitch for Morrison. It actually was almost too good, as Angelino was fooled by it, and so couldn't pull the trigger, but it ended up tailing out of the strike zone. 1-0, that's way outside. Good stop by Leroy. Actually just knocks the ball down with the mitt. And it's now 2-0. Angelino ahead in the count. Angelino, good day yesterday, 2 for 4. Had a run driven in as well. 2-0. Can't connect with that one on the inside. Swings straight through it, and it's 2-1. Angelino in game 1 was 2 for 4. Couple of singles, and was hit by a pitch. 2-1, fouled off his foot. And he will grimace in pain as he walks it off, and it's 2-2. Angelino batting .304 on the year, leads the team in batting. Started all 18 games, 21 hits, 5 runs, 13 runs driven in. 2-2. Checks his swing and a ball outside, but he just fouls it off the backstop. And he will stay alive at 2-2. No runs in the top of the first. Runner on first, 2 outs. Wind now blowing out towards right center field at about 7-8 miles an hour. 2-2 again. Little low. Lets that one go by, and it's 3-2. Morrison needs one more strike to retire the side. Trying to send his team back to the plate. He's ready, and here comes the payoff pitch. Foul ball right side. We'll have to do it again. It actually goes off the end of the clubhouse. And we'll have another payoff pitch. Of course, Mamatas taking off on the pitch. With a 3-2 count with 2 outs. Morrison's ready. Set at the belt. 3-2. Swung on and missed. Morrison strikes out the side to strand Mamatas at first. A great outing for Morrison in the top of the first inning. Nothing doing for Georgia Southwestern. They get no runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. We head to the bottom of the first. North Georgia's coming up.
If you're looking to buy or sell your mountain home or cabin, lake or riverfront property, look no further than Walden and Company Realty. Work with some of the most knowledgeable agents around with Walden and Company Realty. For more information, visit waldenco.com.
The human body is like any high-performance machine. As the miles add up, parts wear out. That's where pain begins. And here's where it ends. Where top orthopedic surgeons use breakthrough techniques to reduce recovery times and relieve pain for good. Feel like new again for miles to come at the region's only dedicated joint care center, Northeast Georgia Medical Center.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, It's never been easier to get the content you want with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
No scores. We head to the bottom of the first inning. North Georgia coming up. First inning of North Georgia baseball on the Nighthawk Sports Network is brought to you by Moore's Lumber and Hardware. On the mound for Georgia Southwestern, it's Tucker Smith. So far, he's had a good season for the Hurricanes. 5 games, 2-2 in those games. He has a complete game and a 2.20 ERA. In 32 and 2/3 innings, he's allowed 36 hits, but just 11 runs, only 8 of those earned. 26 strikeouts to 7 walks. Due up for North Georgia, it'll be Cruz Taylor, Tim Conway, and Bill Leroy. His lineup for North Georgia mostly set at this part in the season. They did a great job yesterday. See if they can keep it going today. Cruz Taylor steps in. Hit a home run yesterday. Takes a called strike, and it's 0-1. He was 1 for 2 with a solo home run and 3 walks. He's second in the Peach Belt Conference in home runs with 8. Only 1 down of the leader, which is Ethan Bockham from UNC Pembroke, who has 9. An excuse me swing on a pitch much too high, and it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes on Taylor. Try and protect now. Taylor batting .310 on the year. Started all 17 games. 26 hits, or 18 hits, 26 runs. 1-2 is too high. 2-2 now the count. He's got 29 walks, which is tops on the team. 2-2, fouled it away and stays alive. Fouled off of his leg. Going after that was Harrell, just in case it was a fair ball, but it was ruled foul. 2-2 now Taylor, as he takes a little bit extra time to walk into the box. Make sure he's ready to go. Steps in, here we go. Swung on and missed. Smith pulled the string on him. Nothing doing for Taylor, and that's out number 1. Tim Conway is up next. Conway yesterday, 2 for 4, but he reached base all 5 times. First pitch here from Smith, popped straight in the air, but foul and out of play. Conway had a single and a double. He also scored a run. He reached on 2 different fielders' choices, and he also reached on a walk. Lays off that pitch high, just barely. Able to check his swing, and it's 1-1. Conway batting .286 on the year. Started all 17 games. 20 hits, 18 runs scored. This pitch just a tad outside. Good eye from Conway, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1. High fly ball deep in the left field, but foul. He got a lot of it, but couldn't quite straighten it out. We'll see if he's able to straighten that one out. We saw him with a long one back in game 1. He really opened things up, helped bring the Nighthawks within 1 run in that game. Unfortunately, they would fall 8-7, but he hit a 3-run home run. His first of the year. 2-2 foul tip into the mitt of Harrell, and that will retire Conway on strike. Second strikeout in a row for Tucker Smith.
Number 28, Bill.
Bill Leroy is next up for the Nighthawks. Leroy hit a home run yesterday, 2-run shot in the 5th inning. He steps in. First pitch from Smith. Hits this one high and deep to right field. Long run for Foster, still going, and he's unable to find the ball. It goes off the wall. Leroy will stop at second with a stand-up 2-out double. That ball was skied way in the air. Foster never could get a beat on it. I don't think he ever really saw it. Tried to track it down, but then it ended up falling pretty much right next to him as he was spinning around in the outfield. So Leroy gets a big double. First base runner of the game for North Georgia. See if they can take advantage with 2 outs. Brady Eels stepping in. Steps in the left-handed box, and the first pitch. Outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Eels yesterday, 2 for 5. Couple of singles. Scored 2 runs. Base hit could score Leroy. Put North Georgia on the board. Fouls this one left side into the screen. Evens it at 1 ball and 1 strike. Next up would be Jake Arnold. Should Eels reach? Here comes the pitch. Breaking ball, fouled well out of play left side over towards the parking lot. And it's now 1-2 on the left fielder. Eels trying to make something happen here. Rubber match between Georgia Southwestern and North Georgia on this Sunday afternoon. Eels chokes up ever so slightly on the bat. Here's the 1-2. Skied foul again, left side. Giving chase is Skelton, but he will run out of room. It'll land just to the left of the batting cages down the left field line. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Wind blowing out towards right center. So especially for a lefty like Eels, might be able to take advantage of the wind. Ground ball to short. Mamatas up with it. Fires a strike to first to get Eels by a step. So that will retire the side. Nothing doing for the Nighthawks after the 2-out double from Bill Leroy. So we will head to the 2nd inning. No score in this one.
The UNG Bookstore is the one-stop shop where students can get anything they need for the classroom and fans can find everything they need to support the Nighthawks, from shirts and jackets to car decals and tailgating chairs. Gear up at the Nighthawks Nest with officially licensed UNG merchandise. Be sure to shop in store to find the item of the week. Visit our stores in Dahlonega, Gainesville, Oconee, and Cumming, or check us out online at ungbookstore.com. The UNG Bookstore is a proud sponsor of North Georgia Athletics.
I've been a loyal Clipper customer for years now. I can say this is the most exciting thing they've rolled out with in a while, the Clippers Fuel Savers card. Now I'm saving 10 cents at the pump every time. Thanks, Clipper.
No score as we head to the 2nd inning. Parker Morrison ready to throw again. He's going to face 5, 6, 7 batters for the Hurricanes. It'll be Miguel Urbina, Hunter Foster, and Jacob Harrell. 2nd inning of North Georgia baseball on the Nighthawk Sports Network is brought to you by Dahlonega Golden Pond. Leroy throws down to Howard at second, signaling the end of the warm-ups. And stepping in is Miguel Urbina. Urbina yesterday, 0 for 3. Did draw a walk. In game 1, Urbina with a little bit more success. Couple of base hits and a run scored. First pitch, just a little low. 1 ball and no strikes. Swing and a miss. Urbina nowhere close to that one. Morrison doing a good job. Changing speed so far through the first couple of innings. Struck out the side in the first after allowing a leadoff single. Beautiful breaking ball froze Urbina, cuts right across the bottom corner of the zone for a called strike 2. One and two the count on Urbina. Chases a pitch out of the zone. Good breaking ball. Having to pick it up off the ground is Leroy. Completes the strikeout by throwing to Arnold at first. And that's 4 strikeouts in a row for Parker Morrison. Seems to have found his zone so far. Hurricanes not able to touch him. Really doing a great job with the breaking ball. Getting a lot of swings and misses. Hunter Foster stepping in now. Another beautiful breaking ball froze Foster. Takes that for strike 1. Foster yesterday 0 for 3. He was pinch hit for in the 9th. Breaking ball, Foster almost chases. And they're going to say he went around. There is strike 2. Tried to check his swing, but couldn't. And he's in a hole 0-2 again. Breaking ball devastating so far from Morrison. 0-2 pitch too high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Foster back in game 1. Had a much better day. Couple of base hits. This one fouled over towards the Nighthawks dugout. Foster just barely stays alive. Morrison's ready. Looking to put Foster away. 1-2. Fly ball, little looper into right field. That'll bloop in for a base hit. Bloop single for Foster. Second base hit of the game for the Hurricanes. So Morrison will now face Jacob Harrell. Harrell yesterday 0 for 3, couple of strikeouts. In game 1, he was 2 for 4. Single, a double, run driven in, and a run scored. Also had a walk. First pitch shows bunt. Bunted down the third baseline, but foul. So that'll be a quick strike 1 on Harrell. Harrell wearing number 23 today. We saw him wear number 24 the previous 2 games. That's his normal number, but with this uniform combination, wearing number 23. Here's the pitch. Almost chases on a pitch out of the zone. And he did not go, says the first base umpire. So it's 1-1. Again, that breaking ball that tails out of the zone to righties. Almost got Harrell. Harrell Sr. out of Rome. Infield looking for a ground ball to turn 2. Swing and a miss. Inside corner. Nice changeup by Morrison. 1-2 now the count. No score in the game. We're in the top of the second inning. Runner on first. And 1 out. 1-2 delivery. Again, almost chasing the breaking ball out of the zone, but just being able to hold the bat up. Morrison's been getting them to chase that pitch so far through the first 2 innings. Harrell doing everything he can to avoid swinging at it. Morrison's ready again. 2-2 on the way. Fake steal, swing and a miss by Harrell. It's the 5th strikeout of the game already for Morrison. All the outs have been recorded on strikeouts for North Georgia. 2 gone in the second. That brings up second baseman Devin Shea. Shea yesterday had a good day, 2 for 3, couple of singles. First pitch, bottom of the zone, strike 1 with the fastball. Shea had a good day on Friday as well. He was 2 for 5. So 4 hits for him in this series. Ground ball and the breaking ball up the middle, and Howard can't glove it. It'll trickle into center field. Runner now trying for third. He will slide in safely. So a tough break there for the Nighthawks. Howard had to come quite a ways to his right, but got there, just couldn't quite glove the ball. So that'll be an error on the Nighthawks. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. And now we're going to have a mound visit from Tom Cantrell. Trying to talk about what to do with the defense here. Going all the way to third was Foster on the misplayed ball. So a little bit of a situation for Morrison. There are 2 outs, though. Gunnar George, the number 9 hitter, coming up. George yesterday 0 for 3. Did reach on a fielder's choice. In game 1, Gunnar George was 1 for 3. An RBI single, scored a run, also walked. So George steps into the left-handed batter's box. Runners on first and third, 2 outs. No runs having scored yet in this game. First pitch, just misses outside. 1-0. Morrison from the stretch, checks first and fires. Again, just a little outside. George not chasing him, and it's 2-0. The center fielder in charge. Morrison trying to work his way back into this at-bat. 2-0 delivery. This one is on the outside corner for a called strike. So he's been working that outside through the first 3 pitches. Finally got one to hit the zone. 2-1. Decent lead on first from Shea. 2-1. Popped up, left side, foul territory, long run for Eels, and he makes the catch in the Georgia Southwestern bullpen. Great catch out there by Brady Eels as he had to run quite a ways, all the way into foul ground, into the bullpen, up on the mound, and somehow was able to glove that ball. So that will end the inning for Georgia Southwestern. Another good inning for North Georgia. They strand 2 runners on, none come in. We head to the bottom of the second, no score in this one.
Leadership is socially responsible, collaborative, and inclusive.
It's a process, not a position.
The University of North Georgia is a state leadership institution.
Here, the Leadership Certificate Program is open to all students who want to enhance
their leadership knowledge,
gain practical skills, and become a
more effective leader.
A more effective leader.
You can get credit for your involvement in student organizations,
campus events, community service, study abroad,
and many other campus activities. Start learning how to understand your personal leadership philosophy.
Be part of a team.
Improve your communication. Create an inclusive environment.
And make a difference in your community.
Make a commitment to yourself.
And become part of the Leadership Certificate Program.
Because at the University of North Georgia,
you can lead.
You can lead.
You can lead. You can lead.
You can lead where it counts.
Beautiful catch by Brady Eels to end the top of the second inning. Great catch over in the Georgia Southwestern bullpen for the left fielder. And we will head to North Georgia's half of the second. No score yet. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 for the Nighthawks. Jake Arnold, Nick Levensteins, and Will Hardigree. Jake Arnold, the first baseman, stepping in. First pitch from Tucker Smith is roped right into the glove of the third baseman, Skelton. Up with it, long throw to first is in time. That retires Arnold. That's one of those unfortunate plays when Arnold absolutely crushed that ball on the ground. Unfortunately, in the range of the very talented Skelton. We've seen him make several great plays there at third base so far in this series. One gone for Nick Levensteins, the designated hitter. First pitch from Smith, right down Main Street, strike one. Levensteins yesterday had a base hit, was 1 for 3, had 2 sacrifice flies, so he had a pair of RBIs. Awaits the 0-1. That just a tad low, and it's 1-1. Levensteins in game 1 on Friday. He was 1 for 3, had a double, and scored a run. Ball 2, as that one also just barely misses. Smith not far off the zone with either of those. Trying to reel it in just a little bit. 2-1, too high. A little in as well. And Levensteins is ahead 3 balls and 1 strike. Levensteins slightly open stance, 3-1 pitch. And that is a called strike right at the bottom of the strike zone. Levensteins thought that might have been ball 4. But the count is full. Payoff pitch from Smith. Roped for a base hit into left field. That'll get past Urbina and go all the way to the wall. Digging in for second base is Levensteins with a 1-out double. Beautiful at-bat for the designated hitter from North Georgia. Worked the count full. Found that one, went the opposite way with it, and drove it right past Urbina, who took a bad angle, and manages to get a double out of it. Levensteins with his I believe that's his 7th double. That's his second double of the season. And that'll bring up Will Hardigree with a runner in scoring position and only 1 out for North Georgia. First pitch, breaking ball too low. Good stop by Harrell. 1 ball and no strikes. Hardigree yesterday had a base hit. Also walked, scored 2 runs. Was 1 for 4 officially. Chases that pitch out of the zone. 1-1. Hardigree almost stepping out of the box as he went to swing there. Hardigree batting .258 on the year. 17 hits, 11 runs scored, 7 driven in. Pops this ball up, foul territory right side. Angelino will give chase for a second and then give up as the ball goes out of play. 1-2. Bottom of the second inning, no score yet, but North Georgia threatening with a runner on second base and only 1 out. Will Hardigree down 1-2. Trying to battle with Smith. Smith is set at the belt, and here it is. Breaking ball in the dirt, not chasing was Hardigree. And it's 2-2. Partly cloudy afternoon here in Dahlonega. Sun going in and out behind the clouds. No wind really at the moment. Nice, about 53 degrees. 2-2 pitch, fly ball, right side. Going over is the right fielder Foster. He will make the catch, tagging. And heading for third is Levensteins. Here comes the throw, but it is off target. And Levensteins will make it to third base. So a good job base running there by Levensteins.
Second baseman, number 6, Jake.
So now there's a runner on third base with 2 outs for Jake Arnold. Or excuse me, for Jake Howard. Jake Howard steps in the right-handed box. Base hit puts North Georgia on the board. He had 2 hits yesterday, including a 2-run home run. pops this ball a mile in the air, but foul and out of play. Back over the press box here. It's 0-1. Howard was hit by a pitch, had an RBI single, scored a run, and then had the 2-run home run. Big day at the plate for him. Looking for another one here this afternoon. Smith delivers quickly. Called strike on the outside. 0-2. Howard batting .325 on the year through 12 games, 11 starts, 13 hits, 8 runs, 11 runs driven in. Watches that one bounce in the dirt. 1-2. So far, Smith has not gotten a North Georgia batter to chase that breaking ball in the turf. 1-2 on Howard. Chases that pitch, tailing fastball. Couldn't make contact, and that will end the inning. So North Georgia threatens with a runner on third base, but can't bring him home. So the score remains 0-0 as we head into the third.
NCAA TV and marketing rights fees. Where does the money go? Long answer, 96% of the revenue is used to fund 88 championships and support 1,055 member colleges and universities, who together provide $2 billion annually in financial aid to more than 400,000 student athletes so they can compete and learn. Short answer, we put our money where our mission is.
We head into the third inning. No score between the Nighthawks and the Hurricanes. Third inning of North Georgia Baseball on the Nighthawks Sports Network is brought to you by Greg Butler Painting. Parker Morrison so far doing a good job on the mound. He will face the top of the order for Georgia Southwestern. It'll be Matthew Mamatas, Tyler Skelton, and Jonathan Martin. Mamatas 1 for 1, singled to start off the ball game. First pitch on the way from Morrison. Chases fastball out of the zone. Strike one. Morrison getting a ton of swing and misses from Georgia Southwestern today. A lot of movement on his pitches. 0-1. Tails that fastball in and makes Mamatas flinch, and he can't stop his swing. It's what you call a self-defense swing on a pitch so far inside that it almost hit him. 0-2 quickly on the shortstop. Morrison looking to put him away. And he does with that tailing breaking ball out of the zone. Mamatas no chance at it. Strikes out on 3 straight pitches. A dominant strikeout right there for Morrison. Doesn't get much better than that. 3 pitches, you get him to flinch on a pitch inside and then get him to chase the curveball out of the zone. That's out number 1 of the inning. That is the 6th strikeout already for Morrison. Next batter, Tyler Skelton. He can't stop his swing on a breaking ball out of the zone, and there is strike 1. Again, this breaking ball from Morrison against these right-handed Hurricanes batters has been devastating. 0-1, he throws it again, and it's a called strike on the outside. And it's 0-2 quickly on Skelton. If you can't hit it swinging, and it's still in the strike zone, bad news. Throws a high fastball trying to get him to chase, but he does not. It's 1-2. So far, only 1 out for North Georgia has not been a strikeout. And that was that foul out on a good catch by Brady Eels last inning. 1-2, line drive, and it's caught by Howard off the ground, throws to first to get the out. So Howard makes up for the error in the last inning, dives and is able to glove the ball on a bounce, pops up quickly and throws a bullet to first. Beautiful play by Jake Howard at second. There's 2 outs in the inning. And that'll bring up Jonathan Martin to the plate. He struck out in the first. He shows bunt, bunts it down the third base line. Morrison pounces on it, throws to first, and it's in time. Fantastic play by Parker Morrison. It was a picture-perfect bunt halfway down the third base line. Morrison jumped on it immediately, was able to barehand it and fire an absolute strike to Arnold at first to get him by a step. So a great defensive inning for North Georgia. Nothing doing for Georgia Southwestern, and we will head to the bottom of the third. No score.
Hi, I'm Sonia McLean, the broker of Red Rooster Realty. We are a new real estate company located in Hiawassee, Georgia, that services the Northeast Georgia mountains. Living in the North Georgia mountains, I see how each home takes on a unique feeling of the mountains and its surrounding landscape. So if you have a home to sell, or if you are looking for that special mountain home, please give me a call. I've been in the real estate business for 20 years. I have the experience and professionalism to make your dreams come true. You can reach me at 770-480-4777.
Well, we just saw a fantastic defensive inning for North Georgia. A 3-pitch dominant strikeout from Parker Morrison. Then we saw a diving stop from Howard at second base. And then we saw an absolutely amazing play by Parker Morrison coming off the mound, the speed of light on that bunt down the third base line. And then throwing a perfect strike to Arnold at first to retire Martin by just a half a step. So a great defensive inning from North Georgia. We'll see if they can get some runs on the board. No score yet as we are in the bottom of the third. First batter's William Mapes. Skies this ball into shallow left field. Going back is the shortstop Mamatas. Now the ball moves into the infield dirt, and it's caught by Mamatas. So Mapes pops out for the first out of the third. Now we go to the top of the order. It'll be Cruz Taylor stepping back in. He struck out in the first. No score in this one. North Georgia trying to change that. They've had a couple of chances the first couple innings. First pitch just a little low on Taylor, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Smith working quickly on the mound. Comes set with the wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Taylor way out ahead of the changeup. 1-1. Smith has been the best pitcher of the season so far for Georgia Southwestern. Pitching like it today. Swing and a miss. Couldn't hit the low fastball. 1-2 now on Taylor. Smith with a 2.20 ERA coming into today. Not giving up a lot of runs. 1-2. Chases a pitch outside. And Taylor is down on strikes for the second time in the game. 2 quick outs for Georgia Southwestern in the bottom of the third. And now it's up to Tim Conway to keep the inning going. Conway struck out in the first. Looking to remedy that. His second time facing Smith. Steps in the right-handed box and is ready to go. Smith working quickly. Fires outside. 1 ball, no strikes. This is the rubber match between these two teams. North Georgia trying to get a series victory. Good breaking ball. Caught the edge of the zone, froze Conway, and it's 1-1. Conway will call time, try and give himself a little bit extra time as Smith works very quickly. 1-1. just a little outside, and it's now 2 balls and 1 strike. Conway again batting .286 so far this year, coming into today. 2-1, skied foul, out of play. Two the count on Conway. Chokes up. Here it is. Bounces it to third. Gloved nicely by Skelton. Long throw to first. It is in time. And it's a quick 1-2-3 inning for Smith and the Hurricanes. So as we head to the fourth, still no score in this one between Georgia Southwestern and the Nighthawks.
I have completed radiation treatments.
Today's broadcast on the Nighthawk Sports Network is presented by Causey Orthodontics, creating smiles that command attention. Jackie Jones Automotive Group, providing quality service to Ford, Ram, Jeep, Chrysler, and GMC drivers. And the UNG Bookstore, 4 locations across Northeast Georgia.
No score yet as we head to the top of the 4th inning here in beautiful Dahlonega, Georgia. Parker Morrison and Tucker Smith so far, both pitching fantastically through the first 3 innings. See if Morrison can keep it up through the 4th. He'll face the 4, 5, and 6 batters for Georgia Southwestern. It'll be Anthony Angelino, Miguel Urbina, and Hunter Foster. First 3 batters for Morrison. UNG softball's been in action this weekend. Yesterday, they won both their games against Texas A&M Kingsville and Wisconsin Parkside. Against Kingsville 6-1 and Parkside 7-2. They're in action also today. We'll talk about that in just a second. First pitch here to Angelino, called strike. Angelino 0 for 1, struck out in the first. Morrison wouldn't mind that same result. Morrison holds the glove out in front of him as he gets the sign. Rocks and delivers the 0-1. Bouncer foul, 0-2. So right now, North Georgia softball playing just down the way. A few feet here from Bob Stein Stadium at Cottrell Park, and they are tied 1-1. This pitch outside, not swinging, just barely, was Angelino. 1-2. They're taking on Texas A&M Kingsville again, and tied at 1. They're in the bottom, or they are now in the 8th inning. So they're in extras in that game. Bouncing ball fouled on the third base line. Still 1-2. So an exciting North Georgia softball matchup going on. Good one here, too, as we have no score. This pitch out of the zone, a little bit too far on the breaking ball for Morrison. Easily able to hold off his Angelino, and counts now even at 2-2. No one on, no one out. Top of the 4th. Morrison speeds things up. 2-2 pitch swung on and missed. Morrison continues to dominate. That is his 7th strikeout already. First out of the inning. That brings up Miguel Urbina. He's 0 for 1. He struck out in the second. We've only seen 3 outs in this game that have not been strikeouts. First pitch to Urbina outside, not chasing, and it's 1-0. Urbina trying to get something going for the Hurricanes. Foul tipped, bounced off the mitt of Leroy. and it's 1-1. Score updates around the Peach Belt Conference. Lander leads Flagler in the top of the 7th, 8-0. Lander's up. Augusta leads Columbus State 5-2. They're in the top of the 4th. UNC Pembroke leads Young Harris 1-0 in the 3rd. Off-speed pitch called, strike on the outside, and it's 1-2. Also, USC Aiken leads Georgia College 1-0. They're in the top of the 4th. So those are games going on right now. The Peach Belt Conference. 1-2, tries that tailing breaking ball, but a little bit too far again, and checking the swing this time was Urbina. 2-2 count. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Bounced foul, and again staying alive is Urbina. Urbina's going to take his second before he climbs back into the batter's box. Make Morrison slow down a little bit. Here's the 2-2 again. Ground ball to third, out of the reach of Hardigree down the line. That'll go all the way into the corner. That's extra bases. Urbina digging in for second. He will stand there with a stand-up double. It's the 3rd hit of the ball game for Georgia Southwestern. First extra base hit. And they have a runner in scoring position for just the 2nd time today with only 1 out. So that brings up Hunter Foster, who's 1 for 1. Singled, ended up getting all the way to 3rd base before being stranded. See what Morrison does now. The runner on second. Looks at him and throws. Breaking ball, just missed inside, popped out of the glove of Leroy, but he's able to get on it. Keeping Urbina at second base. Pitch didn't miss by much. If Leroy had caught it, it might have been called a strike. Morrison's ready, sets just above the belt. 1-0, breaking ball, just fouled off. It's 1-1. No score, top of the 4th inning. Georgia Southwestern threatening, though, with the runner at second. 1-1 pitch from Morrison. Too far inside, almost hit him. 2-1 from Foster, who just barely got out of the way of that. This pitch does hit him. Too far inside. And that time Foster could not get out of the way. So he will make the tough walk down to first base. And there's now runners on first and second with only 1 out. Here in the 4th inning. Good chance for the Hurricanes. Morrison in a little bit of trouble. Now stepping in is Jacob Harrell, 0 for 1. He struck out back in the 2nd. Chance to put the Hurricanes on the board in this scoreless game so far. First pitch, right down the middle, strike 1. Good two-seam action. No runs, 3 hits, no errors so far for Georgia Southwestern. No runs, 2 hits, and 1 error for North Georgia. Morrison trying to work out of a jam. 0-1 pitch. Fouled off the chest protector of Leroy, and it's 0-2. Stepping back in is Harrell. Morrison getting the signs from Leroy. Check second. Delivers bouncing ball, slow roller to third, but foul. Still 0-2. If you're just joining us, no score in this one. We've had a couple of chances. Georgia Southwestern had runners on the corners with 2 outs in the second and couldn't score. North Georgia had a runner on third in the second. Also a runner on second in the first. Time will be called by Harrell. Let's to adjust the batting gloves and prepare again for this 0-2 pitch. Morrison delivers. Fouled right side. Little late. Still 0-2. Morrison has been dominant so far in this game. 7 strikeouts. Hasn't allowed a run as of yet, but in a little bit of trouble here in the fourth. Too far inside. Runner's going to third. The throw is too high from Leroy, trying to make a difficult tag as Hardigree, but he's unable to do so, and safe at third base is Miguel Urbina. Not a great idea to steal by Urbina, but it does work out, as he would have been out by a mile if Leroy's throw had been on target. Urbina lucks out, and now there's runners on the corners with only 1 out. 1-2 the count on Harrell. Morrison now dealing with a runner 90 feet away. 1-2. Not chasing the breaking ball. 2-2. Two-two pitch coming up from Morrison. Fouled again. Goes off the foot of Harrell. Wentz is in a little bit of pain. And Harrell struck out his first time up. Seems like the Hurricanes doing better at laying off that tailing breaking ball from Morrison that they were swinging and missing at through the first couple of innings. 2-2. Low and in. 3-2 now. Morrison trying to avoid walking the bases loaded. Looking for out number 2. Payoff pitch. Too high. Ball 4. So the inning gets a little bit more difficult for Parker Morrison. No runs have scored in this game. We're tied 0-0, but now the bases are loaded with only 1 out for Georgia Southwestern, and a chance to break this one open for Devin Shea. He reached on an error in the second. Here's the pitch. Foul ball, right side, out of play. So that does seem to be the difference this inning from the other two. Is this inning, Georgia Southwestern's able to foul off most of the pitches they were swinging and missing at through the first couple of innings. Just kept them in these at-bats. 0-1. Pitch too far outside. Also a little low, and it's 1-1. This inning started with a strikeout. Then we had a double from Urbina. And Foster was hit by a pitch, and Harrell walked. Bases loaded, 1 out. Morrison trying to keep this a scoreless game. One count on the second baseman. Shea's had a good series thus far with 4 hits through the first 2 games. 1-1. Bouncing ball to second. Could do it. Mapes to Howard for one. On to first in time for the double play. The defense for North Georgia steps up yet again with a great 6-4-3 double play to end the threat. So Georgia Southwestern squanders a golden opportunity thanks to great defense by North Georgia. And it is still scoreless as we head to the bottom of the fourth.
It takes more than intelligence and talent to succeed in life. It takes grit and a commitment to excellence.
It takes the willingness to serve others and a cause greater than yourself.
It requires you to push boundaries,
ask difficult questions,
and understand the world around you.
It requires you to know your strengths
and weaknesses, and have the desire to make yourself better than you were yesterday.
It requires you to be independent, efficient, and tolerant.
Ultimately, it requires you to be a leader. At the University of North Georgia, we develop leaders.
Leaders who serve our country abroad to tackle the challenges of the world.
And leaders who serve at home to improve our way of life.
Leaders who never quit.
Leaders who lead by example and not exception.
Leaders who are tough, but fair.
Leaders who are relentless and passionate.
Leaders who solve problems and don't make excuses.
Leaders who do the right thing, even when no one's looking.
There's nothing average about the University of North Georgia and its Corps of Cadets.
If you've got what it takes, then bring it.
Comes up big. They're in the top of the fourth inning. Bases loaded, only one out in this scoreless game, and they're able to turn a 6-4-3 double play to get out of it. So still scoreless in the bottom of the fourth. Due up for North Georgia, it'll be Bill Leroy, Brady Eels, and Jake Arnold. So it'll be 3, 4, and 5. Leroy doubled in the first inning. Ended up being stranded at second. So he steps in to face Tucker Smith for the second time. First pitch. Big swing and a miss. Swung almost out of his cleats there, all the way down to one knee. Good off-speed pitch by Smith. And it's 0-1. North Georgia not able to do a lot against Smith so far. Only 2 hits. One of those was Leroy's. It's outside. The 1-1 just a little low. 2-1 now. Across the way, North Georgia softball. Mosteller. A game-tying home run. This ball skied to left field. Waiting on it to come down is Urbina, drifting to his left, and he hauls it in. 1 out. That'll bring up Brady Eels 0 for 1. Yeah, Mosteller with a tie-breaking solo home run. So North Georgia is up 2-1 now in the top of the 9th. They're in extra innings over there. Hopefully they'll be able to pull out that victory. Off-speed pitch called strike 1 on Eels. North Georgia softball having a good season so far. This pitch is driven high and deep to left and long gone. Brady Eels with a solo shot to break the scoreless tie. North Georgia's on the board 1-0. Pitch a no-doubter off the bat for Eels. It's his 3rd home run of the season. His 10th run driven in. 16th run scored. North Georgia's finally broken the scoreless tie. And they are on top 1-0. Jake Arnold stepping in now. First pitch a little high, and it's 1-0. So finally Tucker Smith makes a mistake. Brady Eels takes full advantage of it. A no-doubter. This one skied in the air, shallow left field. Coming in is Urbina, camps under it and makes the one-handed grab. And there's 2 away. So 2 outs. Nick Levensteins comes up. He has one of the only other hits so far in this game. That was a double in the second. Ended up getting to third base before being stranded. First pitch, outside corner with the fastball, strike 1. So far, North Georgia has 3 hits in this game. All of them have been extra base hits, 2 doubles and the solo home run. Ground ball sharply to second. Shea up with it, plenty of time, throws to first, and that will retire the side. But not before North Georgia takes the lead thanks to a solo home run by Brady Eels. They lead 1-0 as we head to the 5th.
Across divisions, sports, championships, and schools for nearly 500,000 student athletes. College sports create lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. We've raised the academic bar, so more are earning degrees, creating healthier campuses by working with the nation's brightest minds, and making sure more have the chance to succeed and are supported on their journey. But beyond the numbers, it's about opportunity, and we're working to provide it for every student athlete.
Goodbye, LA, until another time. When can we call it love? Think we've crossed the line.
Shop, play, and stay in Dahlonega, the heart of the North Georgia mountains.
One to nothing. North Georgia is on top thanks to a solo home run by Brady Eels in the bottom of the 4th inning. Drove a no-doubter over the right field fence. And just like that, Parker Morrison has a lead to work with. He's thrown 4 scoreless innings so far. Try and keep that going. Got out of a dangerous situation in the 4th. He's going to face Gunnar George here. First pitch, outside, ball 1. Bases were loaded with only 1 out. He was able to induce a ground ball for a 6-4-3 inning-ending double play. This pitch is roped just out of the reach of William Mapes, diving for it there at short. That'll be a base hit. Leadoff single for George. Tying run is aboard for Georgia Southwestern. Going to the top of the order, Matthew Mamatas. Steps in, he's 1 for 2, singled and struck out. 1-0 North Georgia lead in the top of the 5th. Inning is brought to you by Howard Brothers. Throw to first, close play, but back safely is George. George with 2 stolen bases on the year, has not been caught yet. Mamatas watches that one outside. Brief thought of swinging, but thought better of it. So it is final over for North Georgia softball as they win 2-1. Ground ball to short. Mapes with it. Flips to Howard for 1. On to first is in time. Beautiful double play again turned by this Nighthawks defense. Nighthawks defense has been spectacular so far. We've seen diving plays, great catches in the outfield, great plays by Morrison off the mound defensively, and 2 different double plays. Nighthawks double play brought to you by Reeves Transportation. Next batter is Tyler Skelton with 2 outs. Takes a strike. The North Georgia softball defeated Texas A&M Kingsville 2-1 in extra innings. So big win for the Nighthawks. They have another game scheduled today as well. It'll be their second game coming up. Pitch misses up. It's 1-2 now. Still have another game against Wisconsin Parkside coming up in just a bit. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball right back up the middle over the second base bag for a base hit. Again, tying run on first base for Georgia Southwestern. With 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. 1-0 Nighthawks lead. The next batter is Jonathan Martin, the designated hitter. He struck out in the first and then was retired on a fantastic play by Parker Morrison. He tried to bunt down the third base line, but Morrison pounced right on it and was able to throw him out. Ball low. 1-0. Nighthawks on top thanks to a solo home run by Brady Eels in the bottom of the 4th. Morrison trying to keep that margin exactly where it is. Big swing and a miss as he pulls the string. 1-1. No runs on 5 hits for Georgia Southwestern. No errors. 1 run on 3 hits. 1 error for the Nighthawks. 1-2. Swing and a miss through the same pitch again. That off-speed pitch that Martin was way out ahead of. And now Morrison's in the driver's seat, looking for out number 3. Morrison comes set just above the belt. Kicks and fires. Outside, trying to get Martin to chase. That's exactly where Morrison wanted it. But not chasing was Martin. So Morrison's going to have to try it again. Here we go. 2-2. Ground ball right off Morrison's knee. He's able to pounce on it, throws to first, and that retires the side. So another good defensive inning for North Georgia. They get a big double play. A nice play right there by Morrison. No runs come in on 2 hits, 1 left. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. North Georgia's on top, 1-0.
The UNG Bookstore is the one-stop shop where students can get anything they need for the classroom and fans can find everything they need to support the Nighthawks. From shirts and jackets to car decals and tailgating chairs. Gear up at the Nighthawks desk with officially licensed UNG merchandise. Be sure to shop in store to find the item of the week. Visit our stores in Dahlonega, Gainesville, Oconee, and Cumming, or check us out online at ungbookstore.com. The UNG Bookstore is a proud sponsor of North Georgia Athletics.
If you're looking to buy or sell your mountain home or cabin, lake or riverfront property, look no further than Walden and Company Realty. Work with some of the most knowledgeable agents around with Walden and Company Realty. For more information, visit waldenco.com.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. North Georgia leads 1-0. Bottom of the 5th is the Hickory Prime home run inning. If the Nighthawks hit a home run this inning, 5 lucky fans at Bob Stein Stadium at Cottrell Park will get a free barbecue sandwich courtesy of Hickory Prime Barbecue. So stepping in is Will Hardigree to start things off. Breaking ball hit high and deep to center, but it is going to stay in the field of play. George camps under it, waiting for it to come down. It finally drops in his glove. That'll be out number 1. So 1 pitch and 1 out for Hardigree.
Second baseman, Jake.
That'll bring up Jake Howard, followed by William Mapes, first 3 batters. 1 out, bottom of the 5th. North Georgia up 1-0. Tucker Smith continuing to pitch well for the Hurricanes. Smith is low, 1-0. Howard's 0 for 1, struck out back in the 2nd. Looking for a better result here in this inning. Hits this ball high and deep to left, going back, and it's off the top of the wall. Urbina can't get to it. Stopping at second base with a double off the top of the wall is Howard. He missed a home run by about 3 feet. So Howard crushed that ball, just couldn't quite get it out. It stands at second base, ready to be driven in by William Mapes. Mapes popped out in the third inning. But we saw him with the big 2 RBI double back in the third inning of yesterday's game. See if he can do it again. Fouls that one straight back. 0-1. It's only the fourth hit of the ball game for North Georgia, and every one of them have been extra base hits. 3 doubles and a home run. No singles so far given up by Tucker Smith. Howard takes his lead off second. Smith sets and glances over at him, fires the 0-1. In the dirt, laid off by Mapes, 1-1. North Georgia looking for some insurance here as they lead 1-0, but definitely not comfortable with that. Looking to add. Misses low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Their 1 run came in the bottom of the fourth, thanks to a solo home run by left fielder Brady Eels, his 3rd of the year. Taking his time here is Smith. We've seen Smith work quickly so far through most of this game. Thinking a little harder here with the runner on second. 2-1, right back up the middle for a base hit. Picking it up is George. They're going to wave Howard around. Here comes the throw to the plate, and it's in time, and he's tagged out. An interesting idea to send Howard home there, as it was not hit very deep into center field. Played perfectly by George, and Gunner George, true to his name, guns out Jake Howard at the plate. At second, though, is William Mapes. That'll be a single. Goes to second on the throw. There's 2 outs now on the nice play by Gunner George. And now we're going to go to the top of the order, but first we're going to get a mound visit here from the pitching coach for Georgia Southwestern. There is still a runner in scoring position for North Georgia, and we got the top of the order coming up with Cruz Taylor. Base hit could still give him some insurance. Cruz Taylor 0 for 2, couple of strikeouts. So he's looking for a better result this time, his 3rd time up. Mapes with good speed at second, definitely could get all the way home on a base hit. Taylor trying to make it happen. He's done a good job so far hitting with 2 outs. We've seen him drive in runs multiple times with 2 outs this season. First pitch, just misses outside. 1 ball and no strikes. We saw Taylor do it in Friday's game in the 2nd inning. Had an RBI double with 2 outs. Driving in a run. Ground ball hit into right field. Coming around is Mapes. It's misplayed by Foster. He will not be able to make the throw. Scoring is Mapes, and it is now 2-0. Cruz Taylor does it again. Another RBI with 2 outs. And North Georgia's got a little insurance. Mapes going all the way. And Foster unable to play it cleanly out and right. Key 2nd run for the Nighthawks, and they continue the 5th inning. Tim Conway up next, 0 for 2. Taylor with a good lead at first. This pitch in the dirt, blocked nicely by Harrell. Throw over to first, but back safely is Taylor. 2 runs on 6 hits, 1 error so far for North Georgia. No runs, 5 hits, no errors for Georgia Southwestern. Breaking ball outside, 2-0. Conway ahead. Glances down to his head coach, Tom Cantrell, in the third base coach's box, giving the signs. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Smith trying to get out of it. Fires to first, another close play, but diving back safely is Taylor. No action in either bullpen, both pitchers. Had great games so far, but so far North Georgia able to tag Smith a couple of times. 2-0 pitch, that is a strike. Upper inside corner. 2-1. So North Georgia got their first run in the bottom of the 4th, thanks to a solo home run by Brady Eels, and now have tacked on 1 more so far in the 5th, thanks to that RBI single by Cruz Taylor. Throw to first again, but diving back safely is Taylor. Again, North Georgia not much for stealing bases. Taylor has not attempted one yet. He does have good speed. 2-1, up by the letters, and it's now 3-1. This is the rubber match between these two teams. Georgia Southwestern won the first game 8-7. North Georgia dominated yesterday to win 11-1. This pitch, a generous strike called on the outside, and it's now 3-2 on Conway. He thought he had walked. Game 1, though, should have gone differently, I would think. If you would ask the Nighthawks, they would agree. A couple of key situations they couldn't manage to get the clutch hits. But so far, they've been able to today. 3-2 pitch. Ground ball to short. Backhanding it is Mamatas. Throws to first, and it's not in time. Conway legs out an infield single. And there's runners on first and second with 2 outs, and the 5th inning continues. Tough play for Mamatas. Was able to backhand it, but the throw was not a great one. He bounced it. Conway's able to get there. Brings up Bill Leroy with 2 on and 2 outs. Chance to really add some more runs for North Georgia. Leroy's 1 for 2, stroked a double in the first. See if he can do it again. They're playing Leroy mostly straight up defensively. Leroy will try and find something to hit. First pitch, right down Main Street, strike 1. 2-0, North Georgia on top. We are in the bottom of the 5th. 1 run has already scored this inning, and they're threatening for more with 2 on. This pitch, bouncer to short. Mamatas up with it. Fires to first. It's in time, and that will retire the side. But North Georgia adds an insurance run thanks to an RBI single by Cruz Taylor, and they lead 2-0 as we head to the top of the 6th inning.
Today's broadcast on the Nighthawk Sports Network is presented by the Jackie Jones Automotive Group, providing quality service for Ford, Ram, Jeep, Chrysler, and GMC drivers. Causey Orthodontics, creating smiles that command attention. And the UNG Bookstore, 4 locations across Northeast Georgia.
2-0, North Georgia's on top of Georgia Southwestern as we head to the 6th inning. 6th inning of North Georgia Baseball on the Nighthawk Sports Network is brought to you by Walden & Company Real Estate Group. Parker Morrison remains on the mound. He's throwing to Jim so far. No runs through 5 innings. He's got himself 7 strikeouts. Gotten out of a couple of jams. Great defensive game for North Georgia. We've seen a couple of clutch double plays. A couple of good plays in the outfield. A couple of fantastic plays defensively for Parker Morrison off the mound. A great diving stop by Jake Howard. Solid defense across the board. The one error was made, but didn't lead to any damage. Many, many more positives in this game than just that. First batter, Anthony Angelino stepping in. First pitch, down the middle, strike 1. Angelino's 0 for 2. He struck out twice. He'll be followed by Miguel Urbina and Hunter Foster. First 3 batters at the top of the 6th. Too far outside, 1-1. Morrison kicks and delivers the 1-1 too far inside. Almost hit him. Popped off the glove of Leroy and will trickle to the backstop. 2-1 now the count. Here comes the 2-1 delivery. Fly ball to center. Should be easy for Taylor. Goes back a couple of steps and makes the grab. Throws the one-handed glove up. Hauls it in. 1 out. Miguel Urbina coming up. He is 1 for 2. He had a double in the 4th. Got all the way to the third. As part of that bases loaded with only 1 out. But then the Nighthawks were able to turn a double play and get out of the inning. First pitch, skied foul right side, 1-0. Or 0-1. Good breaking ball, just misses the strike zone. 1-1. North Georgia back in action on Tuesday against Southern Wesleyan University. That'll be a 3 p.m. first pitch. Bouncing ball down the third base line, but it goes foul. 1-2 now the count. 2-0, North Georgia with the lead in the top of the 6th. Morrison trying to keep it there. And North Georgia with that makeup game on Tuesday. Southern Wesleyan had a game. Game was rained out a couple of weeks ago, which is funny because their next game that was scheduled was for last week, and that one was rained out as well. So that one will have to be made up later at the same time. Checking his swing at a pitch out of the zone is Urbina. He does not go around according to the first base umpire, and it's 2-2. Morrison trying to put him away for out number 2. Here it is. Called strike 3, bottom outside corner. Urbina can't believe it. But that is out number 2, 8th strikeout of the game for Parker Morrison. That'll bring up Hunter Foster with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. He's 1 for 1, singled and was hit by a pitch. 2-0, North Georgia leading. Bouncing ball to short. Mapes charges it on a hop, pumps once, fires a bullet to first to retire Foster by a step. So a nice 1-2-3 inning for the Nighthawks and Morrison. We will head to the bottom of the 6th. It is 2-0 Nighthawks.
It takes more than intelligence and talent to succeed in life. It takes grit and a commitment to excellence.
It takes the willingness to serve others and a cause greater than yourself.
It requires you to push boundaries,
ask difficult questions,
and understand the world around you.
It requires you to know your strengths
and weaknesses, and have the desire to make yourself better than you were yesterday.
It requires you to be independent, efficient, and tolerant.
Ultimately, it requires you to be a leader. At the University of North Georgia, we develop leaders.
Leaders who serve our country abroad to tackle the challenges of the world.
And leaders who serve at home to improve our way of life.
Leaders who never quit.
Leaders who lead by example and not exception.
Leaders who are tough, but fair.
Leaders who are relentless and passionate.
Leaders who solve problems and don't make excuses.
Leaders who do the right thing, even when no one's looking.
There's nothing average about the University of North Georgia and its Corps of Cadets.
If you've got what it takes, then bring it.
2-0. North Georgia on top of Georgia Southwestern as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. They've scored 1 run in each of the last 2 innings as North Georgia due up for the Nighthawks. It'll be the 4, 5, and 6 batters, Brady Eels, Jake Arnold, and Nick Levensteins. Still throwing is Tucker Smith. Brady Eels, last time he was up, demolished a solo home run to right field. That started the scoring for the Nighthawks, broke the scoreless tie. So he's 1 for 2 and steps in to face Smith for a 3rd time. Smith sets, kicks back, and delivers. Off-speed pitch in there, strike 1. So today, March 8th. 0-1, this pitch hit high and deep to center. Going back is George, still going at the wall. He can't get it, it's off the wall. Eels round second. He's heading for 3rd. They're going to hold him up there. It is a leadoff triple for Brady Eels. Didn't miss a home run by much, maybe 2-3 feet. To almost the deepest part of the park as well. But it's good for a triple. And North Georgia has a runner at 3rd base with nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th. There is action as well in the bullpen for Georgia Southwestern. Harold comes out in front of the dish to give signs to the infield. They're going to move in. Jake Arnold stepping in next, 0 for 2 with a chance to give the Nighthawks another run. First pitch. Hit high into shallow right field. Coming on is Foster. It's a long run, and he makes the catch. It's too shallow, though, so Eels will stay at 3rd. So Arnold can't get him in. There's out number 1. That'll bring him Nick Levensteins. He's 1 for 2. Had a big double in the 2nd. So he'll try and drive in Eels. Yesterday, Levensteins did a great job with runners on 3rd. Hit the ball into the outfield twice, was able to get 2 sacrifice flies and 2 RBIs out of it. So we'll see if he can do it again with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch, strike outside corner. Runner on 3rd base, 1 out for North Georgia. Trying to add to this 2-0 lead. Tucker Smith trying to hold them where they are. Ground ball to 2nd. It goes past the glove of Shea, and in to score is Brady Eels. RBI single for Nick Levensteins. He's able to come up big, his 2nd hit of the day. 3-0, North Georgia now leading. So North Georgia with 1 run in each of the last 3 innings. After the first 3 innings being scoreless. Will Hardigree now comes up with a runner on 1st and only 1 out. Chance to keep things going for North Georgia. Hardigree 0 for 2, couple of flyouts. Able to hit the ball a long ways, but not quite far enough. Takes a ball just below the zone. Beautiful afternoon here in Dahlonega. 56 degrees, slight breeze. Partly cloudy skies, sun going in and out behind the clouds. Good crowd on hand to watch some Nighthawks baseball. Nighthawks trying to win this rubber match. Swing and a miss. Tough one there for Hardegree on a pitch well out of the zone. Fooled by a good pitch by Smith. 1-1. Hardegree in his first season playing for North Georgia. Transferred in from USC Upstate. That pitch out of the zone. This time he does not chase it. 2-1 now the count. Hardegree redshirted last year after transferring. So getting his first full season of play for the Nighthawks. Runner goes. This pitch hit down the line, but foul. Just foul down the right field line. Almost worked as a great hit and run, but just missed it by about a couple of feet. 2-2 now for Hardegree. Action continues in the Hurricanes bullpen. See how long Smith is able to hang out there. 2-2. Fouled back over the press box, and it remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Three to nothing, North Georgia leading Georgia Southwestern. Trying to add some more. 2-2, lays off. Good breaking ball, but an even better job of Hardegree to let it go by. And he's got himself a full count. Hardegree trying to move Levenstein's over. Keep the inning going for the Nighthawks. Payoff pitch on the way. Runner goes, swing and a miss. Throw down to second base is not in time, but then Levenstein's came off the bag while trying to slide and is tagged out by Shea. So that'll end the inning. Tough end to the inning for the Nighthawks, but they do get a run after the leadoff triple by Brady Eels. He's driven in by Nick Levensteins, and it's 3-0 as we head to the 7th.
The human body is like any high-performance machine. As the miles add up, parts wear out. That's where pain begins. And here's where it ends. Where top orthopedic surgeons use breakthrough techniques to reduce recovery times and relieve pain for good. Feel like new again for miles to come at the region's only dedicated joint care center, Northeast Georgia Medical Center.
Hi, I'm Sonia McClain, the broker of Red Rooster Realty. We are a new real estate company located in Hiawassee, Georgia, that services the Northeast Georgia mountains. Living in the North Georgia mountains, I see how each home takes on a unique feeling of the mountains and its surrounding landscape. So if you have a home to sell, or if you are looking for that special mountain home, please give me a call. I've been in the real estate business for 20 years. I have the experience and professionalism to make your dreams come true. You can reach me at 770-480-4777.
3-0. The Nighthawks of North Georgia leading Georgia Southwestern. We head to the top of the 7th. Parker Morrison remains on the mound, throwing beautiful game so far. No runs through 6 innings. He's also got himself 8 strikeouts. He faces Jacob Harrell to start off. Misses inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Harrell is 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. Time for the UNG Bookstore game recap. It's 3-0. North Georgia has got 1 run. This ball popped up. Shallow right field. Coming on is Conway. And he's able to leisurely grab that for out number 1. So 1 out. Next batter is going to be Devin Shea. So North Georgia leads 3-0. They got 1 run in each of the 4th, 5th, and 6th innings, starting off with a solo home run by Brady Eels in the bottom of the 4th. No runs so far for Georgia Southwestern. Parker Morrison throwing a gem. Pitch hit high and deep by Devin Shea to left field, but playable for Eels as he makes the catch just shy of the warning track. 2 quick outs. For the best selection of Nighthawk apparel, visit UNG Bookstore or the UNG Bookstore location nearest you. It's up to Gunnar George to keep the 7th inning alive for the Hurricanes. He does have a hit today. Had a hit back in the 5th, shows bunt, pulls back, and takes a strike right down the middle. 3 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for the Nighthawks. No runs on 5 hits, no errors so far for Georgia Southwestern. 0-1, little low. Even at 1. One from Morrison, just a tad outside with the fastball, and it's now 2-1. This one misses as well. 3 balls and 1 strike. For North Georgia softball going on. Bottom of the 1st inning, they're tied up at 1. This pitch just misses outside. And that'll be a walk for Gunnar George. There is action in the Nighthawks bullpen. We have Kobe Collette and Bo Jones warming up. Runner on first base, 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Morrison trying to get through 7. Now face the top of the order, Matthew Mamatas. First pitch, there's a strike. 0-1. It's only the 2nd walk of the game for Morrison. Back from the stretch. 0-1. Breaking ball low. Good stop by Leroy. 1-1. Morrison ready and delivers the 1-1 pitch. Too far outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Peach Belt score updates. Lander beat Flagler 9-0. In the top of the 7th, Columbus State and Augusta are tied at 5. Here comes a 2-1. Ground ball to short. Up with it is Mapes. Flips to second. And that will retire the side. So another good inning for Morrison and the Nighthawks. No runs come in. No hits. 1 left. And we will head to the bottom of the 7th. It's 7th inning stretch time here at Bob Stein Stadium at Cottrell Park. North Georgia leads 3-0.
I'm a commuter.
I'm an actor.
I am an intern.
I'm a researcher.
I am a senior.
I'm an athlete.
I'm a veteran.
I am a sister.
I'm a sophomore.
I am a singer. I am an educator.
I am a scientist.
I am a resident.
I am a writer. I am a leader.
I am a cadet.
I am a volunteer. I am a musician.
I am a tutor.
We are UNG.
NCAA TV and marketing rights fees. Where does the money go? Long answer, 96% of the revenue is used to fund 88 championships and support 1,055 member colleges and universities, who together provide $2 billion annually in financial aid to more than 400,000 student athletes so they can compete and learn. Short answer, we put our money where our mission is.
Bottom of the 7th, as we have Take Me After the Ball Game finishing up here at Bob Stein Stadium at Cottrell Park. There's a new pitcher into the ball game for Georgia Southwestern. It is the end of the night. It's the end of the night for Tucker Smith. In is Peyton Sells. For Smith, his final line, 6 innings, 9 hits, 3 runs, all earned. No walks and 5 strikeouts. Not a bad outing, but he was able to get tagged by North Georgia a couple of times. Peyton Sells comes in. Sells, a junior, has pitched in 12 games so far. no record, a 2.31 ERA. In 11 2/3 innings, he's allowed 6 hits, 7 runs, 3 of them earned, 12 walks, and 13 strikeouts. We saw Sells pitch in Friday's game against North Georgia. He went an inning and 2/3. He allowed no runs, no hits. He allowed 3 walks and 1 strikeout. So a very good outing for him against North Georgia on Friday. So the Nighthawks will try and do a little bit better. We have Jake Howard leading things off. He shows bunt, pulls back, and takes a ball. Howard is 1 for 2, doubled in the 5th inning. Ended up being thrown out at home, trying to score. North Georgia leads 3-0. There's a strike. It's 1-1 on Howard. It'll be Howard, then Mapes, and then the top of the order and with Taylor. 1-1. Chases a pitch out of the zone, and it's 1-2. North Georgia has scored 1 run in each of the last 3 innings. Looking for more. Too far inside, having to scoot out of the way was Howard, and it's 2-2. Started to give Peach Belt Conference score updates. Last inning. Get through those. Lander beat Flagler 9-0. In the 7th, Columbus State and Augusta are tied at 5. Here's a pitch. Foul tip into the mitt of Harrell. He holds on, and that'll be strike 3. So that's out number 1, and the next batter will be William Mapes. He's 1 for 2, singled and scored a run in the last inning. In the bottom of the 5th, UNC Pembroke is out ahead 8-1 on Young Harris. Georgia College trails USC Aiken 4-0. That's in the 7th. He shows bunt right back in front of the mound, picked up by Harrell with his bare hand and fires bullet to first, and that retires Mapes quickly. So 2 outs already in the 7th, and that brings up Cruz Taylor to top of the order. Taylor is 1 for 3. He struck out twice, but he had a big RBI single in the 5th to get North Georgia an insurance run. Ready to face Sells. First pitch, too far inside, and it hit him. Hit him on the right shoulder. So we'll trot down to first base. Runner on first with 2 outs. Next batter, Tim Conway. First free pass issued by Georgia Southwestern in this game. No walks or hit batters up until now. No errors as well. They had played so far a clean game, but still are losing 3-0. Conway is 1 for 3, singled in the 5th. Takes a called strike. North Georgia currently sits at 5th in the Peach Belt Conference standings. Trying to work their way back up. Swing and a miss. Good off-speed pitch fooled Conway. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like North Georgia will be able to move up at all, as Lander already won and UNC Pembroke is up 8-1. 0-2 misses up and away. 1-2, although they might be able to gain a game on Georgia College as they are currently trailing. Also, Columbus State and Augusta tied, so if Augusta could pull that off, that could help North Georgia as well. Columbus State leading the conference. Swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt, and that will retire the side. So nothing doing for the Nighthawks in the bottom of the 7th. We will head to the 8th. They lead 3-0.
I've been a loyal Clipper customer for years now. I can say this is the most exciting thing they've rolled out with in a while. The Clippers Fuel Savers card. Now I'm saving 10 cents at the pump every time. Thanks, Clipper.
3-0. We are in the top of the 8th inning. And back out on the mound is Parker Morrison. He has thrown a great game so far. No runs given up through 7 innings. He's got himself 8 strikeouts. And we'll see what he can keep doing. Here in the 8th inning, he'll face Tyler Skelton, Jonathan Martin, and Anthony Angelino, first 3 batters. Tyler Skelton, 1 for 3. Had a single back in the 5th. Past few innings have been good ones for North Georgia defense. See if they can keep things going here. So Skelton steps in. Today is March 8th. Few things have happened on this date in baseball history. Get through a couple of those coming up in just a second. Here comes the first pitch, though, from Morrison. Skied foul, right side. Tracking it down is Arnold, but he runs out of room. It lands just over the dugout. And that'll be 0-1. Big time. The death of a major baseball player has happened on this date. That was all the way back in 1999 as Joe DiMaggio passed away. So 21 years ago. One of the best center fielders of all time. 0-1 pitch. Ball a little low, and it's 1-1 now. Morrison again sets, working from the windup. High fly ball deep into right center field. Going back is Taylor, and this ball's gone. So Skelton breaks up the scoreless game with a solo home run. And just like that, Georgia Southwestern is on the board here in the 8th. And this will be the end of the night, or the end of the afternoon, for Parker Morrison. Morrison was fantastic, though, in this game. 7 scoreless innings. Gives up just that 1 run. 8 strikeouts. 2 walks. Beautiful outing by Morrison, especially after the rough outing he had last Sunday. So big congratulations to Parker Morrison for this outing. We'll see if the bullpen can help get him the win. It'll be Kobe Collette coming in, but we are going to take a break. It's a North Georgia Wendy's call to the bullpen. We'll be back in a second.
Biggie bag, huh?
It's new from Wendy's. It's everything you ever wanted for just $5.
Everything I ever wanted?
Wendy's bacon double stack, 4 nuggets, fries, a drink, and the spelling bee medal you lost in 2nd grade because you couldn't spell soliloquy.
There really is everything I ever wanted.
Get a bacon double stack with a 1/4 pound of fresh beef, nuggets, fries, and a drink for just $5. Wendy's Biggie Bag is everything you ever wanted.
Sorry, I'm going to need all that back.
Really?
New pitcher into the ball game for North Georgia is left-hander Cody Collette. Collette has pitched in 7 games so far, an 0-1 record, a 3 even ERA. He's pitched 6 innings. He's allowed 6 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 7 walks, and 8 strikeouts. That is your Wendy's call to the bullpen. When hunger strikes, visit Wendy's at 88 Pine Tree Way in Dahlonega. It's 3-1. North Georgia's on top. But Georgia Southwestern has finally gotten on the board with a solo home run by Tyler Skelton. Jonathan Martin will be the first batter that Collette faces. We'll see what he's able to do. It'll be Martin, Angelino, and Urbina here in the top part of the 8th. But before, we're talking about things that have happened on this date, March 8th in baseball history. 1900, so going back a ways. In New York, the NL meets, voting to shrink to 8 teams. They would pay the Baltimore owners $30,000 for their franchise, with Charles Ebbets and Ned Hanlon reserving the right to sell their players. Cleveland, Louisville, and Washington all received $10,000 for their franchises as well. That would remain until 1953 when the Boston Braves would move to Milwaukee. That happened all the way back 1900, March 8th. First pitch from Collette to Martin is a little low. 1 ball and no strikes. Georgia Southwestern with a little bit more life after the home run. Called strike outside corner, 1-1. Just getting a piece of that one was Martin, and now is down 1-2. Collette, redshirt sophomore out of Lilburn. Last year, he was great out of the bullpen, 24 outings. 2-1 record, 3.16 ERA. He has continued that production into this season. 1-2. Outside, not chasing, was Martin, and it's 2-2. 3-1 ball game. North Georgia on top here in the top of the 8th. 2-2 pitch. Just a tad outside, and it's 3-2. Collette looking for the first out of the inning. Payoff pitch. Ball 4. So not what Collette was looking for. He can't get the job done. And we will again make another Wendy's call to the bullpen. As now coming into the game is Bo Jones. So we'll step away as Bo Jones comes in. It is 3-1. We're still in the top of the 8th.
If your world is full of same old, lame old hamburgers, hit reset because Wendy's went and made a whole new world with the new Made to Crave menu. Featuring the peppercorn mushroom melt with savory mushrooms, the barbecue cheeseburger with sweet and smoky barbecue sauce, and the Sauce'em bacon cheeseburger with bacon for days. Because it's your world now, and Wendy's just rocked it. Try the 3 new hamburgers on the Made to Crave menu today.
New pitcher into the ball game for North Georgia with this Wendy's call to the bullpen is Bo Jones. Bo Jones has been the best reliever so far this season for North Georgia. 8 outings. He has a 0 ERA, has not allowed an earned run in 9 1/3 innings. He's allowed just 6 hits. He has allowed just 1 run. It was unearned. No walks and 13 strikeouts. So he's been fantastic for North Georgia. We'll see if he can keep going here in the 8th. They lead 3-1 over Georgia Southwestern. But there's a runner on first base and nobody out. Inning started with a solo home run by Tyler Skelton. Finally put them on the board. That was the end of the night for Morrison. So then Cody Collette came in and walked Jonathan Martin. Now we're going to see what Bo Jones is able to do. He's going to face Anthony Angelino to start things off. We'll see if he can get out number 1. Angelino coming in, batting .304 into this game. He's 0 for 3 today. A couple of strikeouts and a flyout. So we'll see what he can do against Bo Jones. Jones trying to keep this score where it is, 3-1. Trying to preserve the win for the Nighthawks in this rubber match against Georgia Southwestern. First pitch, misses up. 1 ball and no strikes. Jones taking his time, getting the sign from Leroy. Now he sets from the stretch and delivers. Here's a called strike, 1-1. Three runs, 9 hits, 1 error for the Nighthawks. 1 run, 6 hits, no errors for Georgia Southwestern. 1-1 pitch, fouled away, out of play right side. Over just to the side of the clubhouse, and it's now 1-2. The Nighthawks still looking for their first out here in the top of the 8th. Runner on first base. Tying run is at the plate in the form of Angelino. Here's a 1-2. Good pitch by Jones, but laying off of it wisely was Angelino. 2-2 the count. Two delivery, ground ball. It is gloved by Mapes at short. On to Howard for 1 and on to first for the double play. The amazing defense continues for North Georgia as William Mapes makes a highlight reel play. As he dives for that one, just snags it, and then is able to start the 6-4-3 double play. That is the Captain D's catch of the day for great seafood meals starting at just $4.99. It's got to be D's. So 2 outs just like that for North Georgia. And that will bring up Miguel Urbina. He takes a called strike. New life being pushed into this North Georgia team after Georgia Southwestern got some momentum themselves by getting a run. And Jones trying to finish it out. There's strike 2. Jones ahead 0-2, trying to finish off Urbina and send us to the bottom of the 8th. Gets the sign, kicks and fires. Just like that, an excuse-me check swing. And lofting it to first base is Leroy, and that completes the strikeout. However, 1 run does come in for Georgia Southwestern thanks to a solo home run, but it's still a North Georgia lead 3-1 as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning.
Hi, I'm Sonia McLean, the broker of Red Rooster Realty. We are a new real estate company located in Hiawassee, Georgia, that services the Northeast Georgia mountains. Living in the North Georgia mountains, I see how each home takes on a unique feeling of the mountains and its surrounding landscape. So if you have a home to sell, or if you are looking for that special mountain home, please give me a call. I've been in the real estate business for 20 years. I have the experience and professionalism to make your dreams come true. You can reach me at 770-480-4777.
Today's broadcast on the Nighthawk Sports Network is presented by the UNG Bookstore, 4 locations across Northeast Georgia. Causey Orthodontics, creating smiles that command attention. And the Jackie Jones Automotive Group, providing quality service for Ford, Ram, Jeep, Chrysler, and GMC drivers.
3-1, your North Georgia Nighthawks leading the Georgia Southwestern Hurricanes in the bottom of the 8th inning. 8th inning of North Georgia Baseball on the Nighthawk Sports Network is brought to you by Chattahoochee Lawn Care. We've seen a great game so far. North Georgia needs 3 more outs to pull out the victory. They're going to try and add some more runs here in the 8th. It'll be 3, 4, and 5 due up. Bill Leroy, Brady Eels, and Jake Arnold. Still throwing is Peyton Sells for the Hurricanes. He came in for the 7th inning and threw a scoreless frame. We'll see what Leroy is able to do. Today he's 1 for 3. He stroked a double in the first. Has since popped out and grounded out. North Georgia's catcher digs into the right-handed box, and we're ready to get the bottom of the 8th underway. Just misses outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Georgia Southwestern trying to avoid falling to 7-12. It's a ball outside, 2-0. North Georgia trying to improve to 12-6 with a win here today. 2-0 off rain outside as well, maybe a little high too. 3-0, good start for Leroy. Leroy trying to reach base. Takes ball 4 high and a 4-pitch walk for the catcher. Good start for North Georgia. They'll try and get something going. We got Brady Eels stepping in. The senior crushed a solo home run in the 4th to start the scoring. And we're going to have to call time as a ball comes in from the North Georgia dugout. So now that's been taken care of. Eels has also hit a triple. That was in the 6th, so he is on a roll. First pitch low and away. 1-0. 3 runs have scored for North Georgia as they lead 3-1 in the bottom of the 8th. 2 of those runs have been scored by Brady Eels. Called strike inside part of the plate. 1-1. Leroy stands at first base. Eels looks down to his head coach, Tom Cantrell. Gets the signs from the third base coach's box, and we're ready to go. 1-1 goes behind the back of Eels, skips off the backstop, and easily trotting into second base is Leroy. That's the definition of a wild pitch. And it's 2-1, and just like that, after that, we're going to get the pitching coach come sprinting out because he can't believe what he just saw and has to talk with his pitcher. 3-1 ball game. North Georgia trying to win the rubber match. They lost a close one, 8-7 on Friday. A game they probably should have come back and won. They squandered several golden opportunities with 2 runners on and no one out. They were able to do an impressive comeback, making it within 1 run, but couldn't quite catch back up. Those timely hits just couldn't quite come later in the game. Yesterday, they had all the hits. 11-1 in that game. Dominant win. This pitch skied in the air. Shallow center, running over is George, and he's going to call off Urbina and make the catch. That's out number 1. Holding at second base is Leroy. Jake Arnold's up next. Arnold's 0 for 3. Arnold coming into today's game leading in batting with a .324 average, however, has been held hitless today. First pitch low, bounces and is blocked nicely by Harrell. 1-0. Arnold with 22 hits coming into this game. 16 runs scored, 8 doubles, a homer, and 14 runs driven in. 1-0, skied to right. Going back is Foster. Should be possibly deep enough for Leroy to tag. He does tag. Here's the throw. It is way over everything, and that will lead to a run. So Foster absolutely airmails that ball. I can't believe he threw it that far. He threw it all the way from the outfield over the third base dugout. So quite an arm, but unfortunately it leads to a run for North Georgia. Or not unfortunately for North Georgia, but unfortunately for Georgia Southwestern. Because the overthrow, runners get to advance a base. So it's now 4-1. North Georgia lead for Nick Levensteins. Called strike on the outside corner. Levensteins with a good day today. 2 for 3, an RBI single and a double. Watches that one for ball 1, 1-1. It's 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning. North Georgia's already added 1 run. Looking to continue the inning. This ball hit high and deep to left field. Going back is Urbina, still going. He's not going to get there. It's out of here.
That's a home run for
Nick
Nick Levenstein.
Levensteins crushes a home run to left center field. It's his first home run of the season, and it's 5-1. North Georgia deciding to add few more insurance runs here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And that will be the end of the night for Peyton Sells, who couldn't get the 3rd out of the 8th. North Georgia continues to roll. They lead 5-1 in this one. We'll be back in just a second. New pitcher in for Georgia Southwestern is right-hander Harrison Timberlake, junior out of Philadelphia. He's pitched in 10 games so far. 1-1 record. He also has a save. 11 2/3 innings pitched. He's allowed 11 hits, 5 runs, 4 of those earned, 5 walks, 9 strikeouts for a 3.09 ERA. His last outing was on Friday against North Georgia. He threw an inning and a third. He got the save, allowed just 2 hits, no runs. So he comes in trying to limit the damage. North Georgia's already added 2 runs here in the bottom of the 8th inning, extending their lead to 5-1. And Will Hardigree comes up. We just saw a solo home run by Nick Levensteins, his first home run of the season. And we'll see what Will Hardigree can do. He's 0 for 3 thus far. First pitch, foul tip, back to the backstop. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. North Georgia started the scoring back in the 4th. The solo home run by Brady Eels. Before then, it was a scoreless pitcher's duel between Tucker Smith and Parker Morrison. They then added another run in the 5th. Another one in the 6th. And now have added 2 in the 8th. 5 runs on 10 hits, 1 error for the Nighthawks. 1 run on 6 hits and 1 error for the Hurricanes. Timberlake ahead 0-1 to Hardigree. Ground ball, base hit right past the diving Mamatas at short. First hit of the day for Hardigree, and the 8th inning continues on for the Nighthawks. Still 2 outs, but the Hurricanes having trouble getting that 3rd and final out. Jake Howard up next. He's 1 for 3, doubled in the 5th. And looking to keep things rolling here in the 8th. Timberlake taking his time getting the signs. Now he does. Comes set. From the stretch and the pitch. High fly ball into left field. Going over and not being able to get there is Urbina. It's off the wall. Digging in for third is Hardigree. It is a double for Jake Howard, his 2nd of the day. So the roll continues with 2 outs for these Nighthawks bats. They lead 5-1, and they have runners on 2nd and 3rd and 2 outs. William Mapes with a chance to add even more. He has a hit already today and has scored a run. Base hit could score 2. Timberlake in trouble. Coming in and allowing back-to-back hits. And this might be the end of the day for Timberlake. Coming out is Josh McDonald, the head coach for Georgia Southwestern. And this is the end of the afternoon for Harrison Timberlake, as he only goes through 2 batters, cannot get an out. So a rough outing there for the Hurricanes. So we'll have a call to the bullpen, as here comes the replacement for the Hurricanes. 5-1, North Georgia is on top here in the 8th. We'll be back in a second.
If you're looking to buy or sell your mountain home or cabin, lake or riverfront property, look no further than Walden and Company Realty. Work with some of the most knowledgeable agents around with Walden and Company Realty. For more information, visit waldenco.com.
You are your home runs. You are your near misses. You are your years to remember and your years you'd rather forget. You are what you build and who you build it for. And you are what you leave behind. BB&T. All we see is you.
Bottom of the 8th inning, all North Georgia up 5-1 on Georgia Southwestern. They've already scored 2 runs here in the 8th. One of those on a solo home run by Nick Levensteins. And now they got runners on 2nd and 3rd with 2 outs. New pitcher into the ballgame is Cole Garrett, the 3rd pitcher of this inning for the Hurricanes. Garrett, senior right-hander out of Nashville, Georgia. And he has pitched in 8 games thus far. 0-1 record. He has 2 saves, 8 total innings. He's allowed 9 hits, 7 runs, all earned, 2 walks, and 11 strikeouts. So far, kind of a tough season for Garrett, but he needs 1 more out to end this 8th inning. William Mapes, though, going to try and keep it going. Add even more to this Nighthawks lead. First pitch on the way. Popped up right side and out of play. Over towards the street. And it's 0-1. Beautiful afternoon in Dahlonega. Partly cloudy sky. Sun out right now. Out mid-50s. About 55, 56 degrees. Wind blowing slightly out to right center field. Beautiful day for baseball. 0-1 pitch. Ground ball to third. Bobbled by Skelton. Up with it. Throws to first and still gets the out. Good play there by Skelton at third. We've seen him make several great plays at third throughout this series. But North Georgia adds 2 more runs in the 8th, thanks to a solo home run by Nick Levenstein. So we will head to the 9th. North Georgia needs 3 more outs to win it. They lead 5-1. Top of the ninth inning, 5-1. North Georgia on top of Georgia Southwestern. 3 outs away from claiming victory in both this game and this series. The ninth inning of North Georgia baseball on the Nighthawk Sports Network is brought to you by Reeves Transportation. Bo Jones remains in the game. He came into the 8th, got the final, actually got all 3 outs. Was able to induce a double play and got a strikeout. We'll see if he can get the final 3 outs and give North Georgia the victory. He's going to face the 6, 7, and 8 batters for the Hurricanes. Hunter Foster, Jacob Harrell, and Devin Shea. First up, Hunter Foster, and here comes the first pitch. High fly ball deep to left field. If this ball stays fair, it's gone, and it is. An absolute mammoth solo home run by Hunter Foster. Not a great start for the Nighthawks here in the 9th. Makes it 5-2. Just a 3-run lead. North Georgia needing 3 more outs still. And we have Hurricanes taking offense to some stuff said here by the Nighthawks. Not usually a good time to get worked up about stuff when your team is still losing. 5-2, North Georgia on top. In the top of the 9th, they need 3 outs. Next batter is Jacob Harrell. Strike 1 call. Update from North Georgia softball. They lead 2-1. They're in the bottom. I believe they've just finished the 4th inning. They're playing Wisconsin Parkside in their 2nd game today. They already beat Texas A&M Kingsville in 9 innings, 2-1. 1-1 pitch, popped up right field. Should be playable for Conway. Camps under it, makes easy catch, and there's 1 out. So 1 gone. They need 2 more outs to win the game. Next up will be Devin Shea. 5-2. Looks like actually we might have a pinch hitter. And we will be having a pinch hitter. It will be John Austin Sutton coming up for Shea.
Ladies and gentlemen, your pitcher, please pinch hitting for Georgia Southwestern, number 36, John Austin Sutton.
So John Austin Sutton will do the hitting for Devin Shea. He steps into the left-handed batter's box. Here comes the first pitch from Jones. Misses low, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. John Austin Sutton, redshirt freshman. He's played in 7 games. Has only 6 at-bats. Does not have a hit yet, but has gotten an RBI. Fouls that one away. 1-1. 5-2. North Georgia leads Georgia Southwestern in the top of the 9th. No one on, 1 out. Big swing and a miss. Bo Jones pulled the string on that one. Way out ahead of it was Austin Sutton. Now down to his last strike. Infield playing slightly towards right field. Pitch just misses the outside corner. Evens it up at 2. Jones looking for out number 2. Working from the windup. Kicks back and the pitch. And Austin Sutton stays alive. Georgia Southwestern held scoreless through 7 innings. They added 1 run in the 8th on a solo home run, and then another solo home run so far in the 9th. 2-2. Just missed a bit low. And it's 3-2. Payoff pitch coming up. Jones trying to retire Austin Sutton. Here it is. Swung on and missed. Got him to chase the high fastball, and that's out number 2. North Georgia needs just one more out to claim victory. They lead 5-2 in the top of the 9th. Next batter is Gunnar George. He is 1 for 2, singled and drew a walk. See if Jones can retire him and end the game. First pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 1. Jones all business out on the mound. 0-1, fouled away. 0-2. Nighthawks 1 strike away. Jones gets the ball back from Leroy. Walks to the back of the mound. Slowly climbs back on the rubber. Trying to make this the final pitch of the game. Nods yes. And time is called at the last possible second by George and granted. So now Jones resets. Ready to go again. 0-2 pitch. Low, blocked by Leroy, and it's 1-2. One strike to go for North Georgia here in the top of the 9th. Up 5-2, and here's the 1-2. Just misses 2-2. North Georgia started the scoring in the 4th. Got 1 in the 4th, 5th, and 6th, 2 in the 8th. 1 each in the 8th and 9th so far for Georgia Southwestern. Here's the 2-2. Fly ball deep to left field. Going back is Eels. No one's going to get there. It's going to be off the wall. Digging in for second is George. He is in with a stand-up 2-out double. So the Hurricanes down to their last strike. And instead, George is able to double off the wall. Top of the order coming up, Matthew Mamatas. He is 1 for 4 so far. Singled as the first batter of the game. Bo Jones looking for out number 3 here in the 9th. Called strike outside. 0-1. North Georgia leading 5-2. Trying to finish this one out. 0-1. Pitch just missed a bit high, and it's 1-1. Mamatas trying to keep Georgia Southwestern in the game. 1-1, that's way too high. Having to stand up to catch it was Leroy, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Time to look ahead to what's next up, though, for the Nighthawks, brought to you by Coca-Cola United Bottling Company. The next game will be on Tuesday, weather permitting, against Southern Wesleyan University. Will be a 3 p.m. start here at Bob Stein Stadium at Cottrell Park. 2-1, fouled back, 2-2. Bo Jones 1 strike away from finishing this one up. And North Georgia getting the victory. Mamatas settling in, trying to protect with the game on the line. 2-2. Outside, ball 3. Full count. Jones trying to get himself ready. Climbs back on the right side of the rubber, glares into Leroy. Gets the sign. Comes set at the belt. Payoff pitch. Outside. Swung on and missed. That ends the ball game. North Georgia claims victory with a final score of 5-2. Big win for North Georgia over Georgia Southwestern. They're able to win the series 2-1. Pull off a nice solid Peach Belt Conference Series victory, especially after a couple of tough weeks of baseball. Big time win here for North Georgia. Winning pitcher is Parker Morrison, who threw an absolute gem, as Morrison goes 7 innings, allowing just 1 run, 8 strikeouts, couple of walks. Beautiful job by Morrison. Losing pitcher is Tucker Smith, who actually threw a pretty good game, but it was outdueled by Morrison. And then the save will go to Bo Jones. So again, fantastic performance here by North Georgia, getting this victory. So this is the NSN post-game report right here, brought to you by the Walden and Company Realty. For your realty needs in the Dahlonega area, visit waldenco.com. Again, 5-2 victory for North Georgia. They started the scoring in the 4th. First 3 innings, pitcher's duel between Smith and Morrison, no runs. And then in the bottom of the 4th, Brady Eels broke it open with a solo home run to right field. They added another run in the 5th as William Mapes scored on a Cruz Taylor 2-out RBI single. Then in the 6th inning, Brady Eels started it off with a triple. He was driven in by a single by Nick Levensteins. That made it 3-0. Then they added 2 more in the 8th as Bill Leroy scored on a flyout by Jake Arnold that was then overthrown, so he was able to come in and score. And then they also scored on a solo home run by Nick Levensteins. 2 runs came in late on 2 solo home runs, 1 in the 8th, 1 in the 9th for the Hurricanes, but it would not be enough. They're finally shut down, and North Georgia wins the game 5-2, and the series 2-1. North Georgia increases their record now to 12-6 on the year. Dropping to 7-12 is Georgia Southwestern. And then coming up next for North Georgia, they will be in action on Tuesday, weather permitting, against Southern Wesleyan University. It'll be a 3 p.m. start right here from Bob Stein Stadium at Cottrell Park, so come on out and cheer on the Nighthawks. If you can't make it, though, you can watch it right here on the Nighthawks Sports Network. So that'll do it for this game. Thank you so much for listening. North Georgia wins 5-2. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday.
You are your home runs. You are your near misses. You are your years to remember and your years you'd rather forget. You are what you build and who you build it for. And you are what you leave behind. BB&T. All we see is you.
I've been a loyal Clipper customer for years now. I can say this is the most exciting thing they've rolled out with in a while. The Clippers Fuel Savers card. Now I'm saving 10 cents at the pump every time. Thanks, Clipper.
The human body is like any high-performance machine. As the miles add up, parts wear out. That's where pain begins. And here's where it ends. Where top orthopedic surgeons use breakthrough techniques to reduce recovery times and relieve pain for good. Feel like new again for miles to come at the region's only dedicated joint care center, Northeast Georgia Medical Center.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.